TEG, proud sponsors of TEG Cusack Park, serving aviation, biopharmaceuticals and medical industries across the globe. TEG has been to the fore in the fight against COVID-19 with our customers and partners. A local business employing local people. Visit teg.com/careers to learn more. Wishing all our GAA patrons a safe passage through the championship.
Slevins Coaches, proud sponsor of Westmeath GAA Hurling Championships. Clark's Bar, wishing all teams the very best today. MJ Stone Building and Developments, proud sponsor of Westmeath GAA.
Cusack Park pitch is 145 metres long. Imagine 3 of these bridge beams would make up the length of the pitch. Now transport 30 of them from Hurling to Kildare. A challenge overcome by a great team with the support of a great community. My name is Pat Barrett, Project Manager, Shamer to Precast.
This is the hurling final weekend, and we start the weekends with the intermediate hurling final again. All our finals today and tomorrow, sponsored by Slevins Coaches, and a really interesting game here today between Southern Gaels and Brownstown. Two clubs from the furthest ends of the county, probably the most distance to be travelled when these two teams play each other in a league match or whatever. I'm joined on co-commentary by Paul O'Donovan. Paul, you're very welcome, and we look forward to two best teams in the intermediate championships playing here today, and what should be a cracking match.
Yeah, Ray, absolutely. Really looking forward to it. In fact, looking forward to the whole weekend, and there should be, 4 great finals on here in TEG Cusack Park over the next two hours. As we said, Brownstown, they topped the group and came through then their semi-final against Hurling, and Southern Gaels, have been pushing all along, improving every year, and they came through against St. Bridget's. So we certainly have the two best teams here in view today, Ray. Yeah,
well, before the game today, I spoke to both managers. Both happy with how things have gone in their preparation or whatever. We're going to hear from them for our viewers at home, and we're going to start with the Southern Gaels manager, Tony O'Keefe. Before today's game by Southern Gaels manager Tony O'Keefe. Tony, long-serving former player and now mentor. Great achievement, first of all, to be here. You must be looking forward to today now immensely.
Absolutely. It's an occasion, but I suppose we're here to play first and foremost, and that's the most important thing. Really, how we perform on the day, and we'll see how we go then. We can go home happy. We'll be content team.
You played the Brownstown in the group stage championship, ended in a draw and a cracking game here. So, two best teams, it's fair to say, are here today for today's game.
We'd like to think so anyway, but I suppose the reality is it's a very tight competition at intermediate, so you need to work hard and to be lucky to make it here on the day.
Yeah, when you come through, I think only one defeat, Brownstown, one draw is all they had. So, the table doesn't lie, as they said. Top two teams are here, and it came through a good semi-final as well against my own club. So you're here on merit, and look at you, be a young team, and I'm sure you'll be hoping for them to do themselves justice more or less, and see where it takes you from there.
Yep, I think we're happy and content that we've the work put in, and we believe in the guys and that they will perform today. They'll come here, there's no excuse otherwise. Perfect day, and I think they'll hurl.
And you're hoping to end a long famine down in Southern Gaels for regards to winning the championship as well.
That's it. There aren't too many youngsters with county adult medals hurling for Southern Gaels. I'd say Kevin now, or it'd be the one man you know yourself. And I think for people like Kevin and people in that area today, it's a big day for those as well.
Yeah. Well, look, Tony, I'm going to let you get your team sorted out before the game. That's the Southern Gaels manager, Tony O'Keefe, before today's Slevins coaches intermediate hurling final. Thanks very much for joining us here near ETV.
Thank you, guys.
I'm joined here before today's game, the Slevins coaches intermediate final, by Brownstown manager Gary Mangan. Gary, you're here in the final. I know a lot of pressure on you maybe coming into this on the hope of a bounce back.
Well, yeah. Listen, for the club to go down last year was it was unfortunate, all right. But Delvin are in the final of the Senior B today, and it was a relegation playoff last year. So there's fine margins between the teams. We were limited for numbers as well. If a few boys did retire, but they didn't, they held on, and we've a few young lads coming up next year. So we're hoping to build on, hopefully winning today, to push on for the Senior B next year and keep pushing on, you know. But yeah, listen, it's a stepping stone. Unfortunate to go down last year, but hopefully we'll kick on and go up today.
Yeah, look, sometimes, Gary, it's not the worst thing to take a step back to come forward again.
Yeah, absolutely. With the whole thing with the underage structure as well, the minor being under 18, we lost out on having probably 4 or 5 lads coming up this year, which is tough on a team with low numbers. It's alright for the bigger teams, but for us it was tough. So for us to get this far is a bonus. But to win then, which if you win today, would be absolutely brilliant. Lads coming on next year, it's a rebuilding process, hopefully.
And come here, 2 top teams in the final. You know, you top the table, 1 draw against today's opponents. So this will be a tough one. It'll be all to play for here today.
Absolutely, yeah. I said it after we played them here. We were lucky to get out with a draw. They were probably, up until now, they were the best team we played. To be honest, we did our homework on them. Hopefully everything that we have in place pans out today. But listen, we're under no illusion that we have to perform today. Everything has to click. You have to be lucky in the final. But sometimes you make your own luck, and hopefully we make our own luck today, because Southern Gaels is a very good team. Yeah.
Look, Gary, thanks very much for joining us here. We'll let you go back. I know you're going to start your warm-up very shortly. That's the Brownstown manager, Gary Mangan, before today's Slevins coaches intermediate hurling final. Thanks very much again.
Cheers, thank you.
Number 3, Philip Gelson. And number 4, Kenny Higgins.
Back here on commentary with Paul again. Paul, just interested in listening to the 2 managers there. I think as is always the way, not a whole pile given away. Both happy with how things have gone. Preparations have gone well. Both came through a semi-final, you know, and agreeing that the format for the championship is the best. And like, let's be honest about it, at the end of the day, we have the 2 best teams here in the county final.
Yeah, there's been some great games, but again, the system is great. I suppose at intermediate level here in the county, we have 2 semi-finals as opposed to the Senior B and Senior A, where the top team goes straight into the final. So both teams have played a semi-final and come through very, very tough semi-finals, and they'll be pleased. Both be pleased to be here. Southern Gaels in particular looking to get to Senior B, which would be a huge achievement for them, and they're really flying the flag down there in Athlone on their own and doing a great job. And then there's the history of Brownstown, who've so many senior titles, dropped down the grades but looking to get back up again.
Yeah, Tony O'Keefe mentioning it's 38 years since they last won an intermediate championship down there, which I think at the time might have been the equivalent of the Senior B, so they did actually play at senior level for a year or 2. But, you know, it's an exciting day for the club down there. There are big developments, new developments coming on stream for them, which will give them a permanent home, which will give them a footing right down there in the south of the county as well. Look, for our viewers at home now, we're going to go through the 2 teams now. We're going to start with the Brownstown lineup first of all, and again, just to say there are no changes from either side. That's going to be on your screen, no late changes, thankfully. So Brownstown, they line out as follows in goals, and number 1 is James Moore. In the full back line, number 2 is Oisin Kieran. The full back wearing number 3 is Philip Gilson, and Kenny Higgins, veteran evergreen Kenny, wearing number 4, is in the left corner back position. In the half back line, Cormac Foley's at 5, the team captain Conor Shaw is at 6, and Anthony Mulvaney is at 7. Middle of the field, number 8 today for Brownstown, Brian Gearan, and he's partnered by number 9, Paddy Riley. In the half-forward line, number 10 is Donal Lane, Emmett Cunny in the centre half-forward is at 11, and Tiernan Purcell is at 12. And the inside line, Niall Leonard at 13, Conor Rice, the full forward, is at 14, and completing the Brownstown line of number 15, Jamie Fitzsimons. And Southern Gaels, they line out as follows. In goals, number 1, Jonathan Keogh. The full back line is Shane Galvin at 2, Kieran Duncan, ever-experienced player, former county player, he's the full back at 3, and Diarmuid Murtagh at 4. In the half-back line, Keane Geary at 5, Keane McCarthy, current county panellist at 6, and Dermot Tracy at 7. In the half-hour line, Dermot Martin is at 8, and he's partnered by his brother Eamon Ware 9. In the half-hour line, Maurice Fitzgerald is at 10, Sean O'Dowd, the centre half-hour, wears 11, and Kevin Dolan at 12. And the inside line for Southern Gaels, Johnny Martin wears 13, the full forward Sean Murphy is at 14, and completing the Southern Gaels line at number 15, Colleen Dowd. Referee for today's game, Sean Carroll from Cullion, and nice to see both teams lined out as selected, no late changes, Paul. And you know, Brownstown, we've spoken about them. I spoke to you last night on up for the game. Little bit of pressure on them maybe to try and bounce back. You know, this time last year they had just gone down to be relegated. You know, strengthened by Delvin, who turned their year around and are now straight into a Senior B final. So as Gary said in his interview, very, very tight margins in these groups. Yeah, very tight indeed. And, you know, you look at Brownstown there and, you know, they've lots of experience. Obviously, the free taker, Jamie Fitzsimons, will be very important today. It'll be, you know, between him and Colin Dowd there on Southern Gaels with the frees, and they're vital in these finals. But you look at Brownstown, Conor Shaw there at centre back, Philip Gilson, and loads of experience. But two huge additions to them this year. Brian Gearin there at midfield, and as a footballer with Shamrocks, and also Donald Lane. They're two massive additions for a club like Brownstown, and they've been playing exceptionally well for them this year. And then on the other side you have Southern Gaels, and as we spoke about, you know, you've got Kieran Duncan there at full back, former county player, and in front of him Keane McCarthy, very good young tall player, really coming forward and flying the flag for Southern Gaels with the senior panel in Westmeath, and you have lots of scoring ability in the forward, as I mentioned, Colin Dowd, Johnny Martin there as well, and they're lots of experience even in the bench. They've got Fiona Dowd and MJ Kelly, so you know, all to play for here, Ray. Really looking forward to it, and it should be a cracking match. Yeah, like Keane Geary, another young player, I think involved with Joe Fortune's panel last year as well. So, you know, they're getting the recognition for the work that's going in down there. And, of course, for Keane McCarthy, busy weekend from this week as well, because he'll be back here, win, lose or draw here today. He'll be back on Monday for the intermediate football replay, where he lined out last weekend in the middle of the field for Kerry Castle. So he's two big days ahead of him, but he's a big, tall, young, athletic man, strong man. So, you know, they look forward to these players. Look, we can say who we like about Bournemouth, but they love playing games.
Yeah, as you said last night, Ray, I mean, if they win here today, it'll make it a lot easier to tug out on Monday and play 48 hours later. There'll be no problem. But yeah, huge weekend, and you know, this is what players want. They'd rather be here than be sitting in the room last night doing the interviews, because those lads weren't involved in the final, and they'd certainly swap to be here today. Yeah, and just turn it back to Brownstown there again. Lots of young talent here, lads that I had an underage down through the years. You know, you mentioned Jamie Fitzsimons, Niall Leonard, Cormac Foley, you know, all Paddy Riley, all James Moore in the goals, all lads that would have underage inter-county experience, and you know, right through to under 21. And again, plenty of talent there as well. Gary Mangan is coming from Athboy to take over this year. You know, talking to him beforehand, he was just saying that the fact that they would have had young lads come at 18 years of age, which would have been an addition to their panel, but they couldn't use them until next year. But they brought in Brian Gear and Donald Lane, and they've really added them. We've seen them, I think it was in the league final here, Division 2 league final, and they were absolutely excellent. You know, certainly you would have picked out both those players as going to have a huge impact on the championship, and that's how it has transpired. Yeah, and I saw Brownstown playing out in Collinstown, and you know, Kieran really impressed me. He likes to get on the ball. He's good pace. He uses it very well, and you know, he likes to take on the defenders, and that's great. And he lays the ball off then and into the scoring forward. So yeah, look, great players on both sides. Lots of talent. And I suppose we're just about ready to get underway. And I suppose, Ray, before going any further, I'd like to wish you happy birthday yesterday. Yeah, you enjoyed the cake, I presume, you got last night. Lots of candles on it. Absolutely. We won't say how many. No, we will not. It was fair to say that there wasn't enough of them. But I mean, but look, Sean Carroll is over there. The crowd have suddenly come to life here. There's a big crowd in from Brownstown here today. They'll be wishing and hoping their team back up into the next grade of hurling here in Westmeath. See Conor Shaw gone to the middle of the field and Conor Rice gone out from full forward. So the switches all around the place here, but we'll pick them up as we go along. We are 1 to 15, that's the important thing, and Sean Carroll has us underway. The first to step in is Conor Shaw, and Conor delivers a nice low ball right in front of the full forward. Slips, goes to ground and lays it off, and then another slip just at an important time, and
a bit of nerves, and Southern Gaels do eventually get the first possession, and Dermot Tracy's under pressure, but he has McCarthy there, and he lays it off to Keane Geary, who has a chance to deliver. Nice ball down the far side, hops in front of the forward there, and he does well to control it the first time, but then runs off without it. Kevin Dolan over there, but then ball delivered in again, trying to deliver the perfect ball in there, but it's intercepted, and Eamon Martin delivers it over into space. Now slipped there by Philip Gilson, might just give the advantage to the Southern Gaels man as he comes out, lengthens the hurl and then gets the shot in with Sean Murphy with that shot, but won't trouble James Moore too much as he comes out, has all the time in the world, and delivers long down to the half forward line, breaks over there, and Keane Geary has gone on to the break, about to be shut down there by Tiernan Purcell. Geary does well, combines well with McCarthy, who sells a nice dummy and steps into the space on a lovely crossfield ball into this corner. Again, gathered, not at the first attempt, but then popped off as far as Kevin Dolan. Kevin, under pressure as he was trying to get that shot in, it's going to drop. James Moore gives the shout to the corner back there. Kenny Higgins, he knew he was coming, steps out of the way, and Moore picks out Niall Leonard in space in the middle of the field. Niall half blocked down as he tried to go along with that one, but Kieran Duncan will read that. Hugely experienced player, has the knee strapped a little bit there, but gets the good hand pass away there out as far as Eamon Martin. Eamon, time to look down. Again, well read this time by the Philip Gilson, the red, better known as, and pops it inside, and then Conor Shaw thought he had all the time in the world, cleared, half blocked down. There's another chance here for Southern Gaels to fire it in, but James Moore has taken it down from the crossbar and almost led to a chance there. Hurl broke in there, first one broken of the day as ball is cleared away. Brownstown living a little bit dangerously there, but they're on the breaking ball out here in the middle of the field, and now they're on the attack, and it's gone in. There's a foot race here. Coming out is the Brownstown man. It's Brian Gearan that pushed him into the full forward, but Kieran Duncan, huge experienced player, and gets the block on it. The foul committed then on Keane McCarthy there as he just laid the ball off there, and nice work there by the defenders there for Southern Gaels and to clear that up. I have to say a word about Kieran Duncan. I watched Kieran Duncan down through the years playing here with Southern Gaels and with Westmeath, and I've seen him here taking on the best of football of county hurlers, and he was well fit to mark him, and may not be the best move in the world, I think, by Brownstown, but let's see how it'll work out, because Brian Gearan has gone in there. There's another one coming in top, and Duncan does enough there just to keep it away from him as well, and runs through to Jonathan Keogh, and he fires a clearance over there. Paul, that's going to be a crucial battle in there.
Yeah, as I said, Gearan's good at running, but to put him in full forward, which is surprising, takes him out with the game somewhat.
Yeah, they're on the attack here at Brownstown again, but again they step into the Southern Gaelsman, Dermot Martin. Dermot under a little bit of pressure gives the ball back again, but not the best pass in the world, because Donald Lane has a chance. We mentioned him in the warm-up, and he's fired it in, and it looks like we have the opening score, and we have indeed from the stick of the number 10 for Brownstown. It was a bad clearance there, took it over 3 minutes to get the score, but a bad clearance by the Southern Gaels defenders, had time to get it away, took a wrong option, and Lane punished them with it.
Yeah, I suppose the most noticeable thing has been the amount of blocks early on in the game, Ray.
Yeah, and Donald Lane has capitalised on a bad puck out there from the goalkeeper, Jonathan Keogh. It's like London buses, Paul. One comes along and another comes straight away after it.
Yeah, poor puck out, but in fairness to Lane, he was onto it. As I said, there's been a lot of blocks in the first 3 minutes, and maybe a lot of nerves, a few lads dropping balls short, but I'm sure it'll open up now, and 2 good points for Donald Lane early on for Brownstown.
Yeah, and so the Gaels have won the puck out, and Keane Geary goes long with it. Can they keep it in play very close to the end line? The umpire had stepped back from the end, so I don't know whether he actually was in the right position to see it, but the shot comes in, and that one is finished over the bar. Often score for Southern Gaels, and I think a crucial score, Paul, because they needed that to settle down. I think that was Johnny Martin that finished that one over the bar.
It was, yeah, and James Moore, the Brownstown goalie, claimed that ball had gone out, but the umpire was watching it very closely.
Puck out, picked up here now by Cormac Foley, and Foley obviously is a tactic to get the ball into gear, and it goes in low, and again between Duncan and McCarthy and Keane McCarthy to step in there to dispossess it, but danger not gone because Donald Lane had it again, but he drops it. Well, it's fair to say he was dispossessed, and now Kieran Duncan trying to get it, but Brownstown do have it, and another shot coming in from Conor Rice as he was falling backwards, and unfortunately couldn't get it on target, and that one has gone to the left and wide.
Yep.
But again, tight marking down here, nothing coming easy from either side. Defenders doing well, but Brownstown, making life difficult for them to get the ball away, and unfortunately not able to capitalise. Another poor puck out from the goalie here, but might still work out here because it's taken down well by Dermot Tracy. Dermot did very, very well there under pressure to get the ball away there as far as Kevin Dolan. Dolan back to McCarthy. They're going short with it. Have time to deliver because eventually Eamon Martin gets it. Eamon steps inside, has time off his right hand, and he goes low down the line. Nice ball it is. Suiting the forward, needs to control it. And then nudging the back there, and referee said not a legal one. Good work there, and the ball wasn't controlled at the first attempt there.
Again. Silly free to be given away there, needless, wasn't really going anywhere, and an opportunity now to get the equaliser.
Yeah, Colleen Dowd. It was Johnny Martin there to come out, and Johnny had done well because he got in front of his man with his control to have down there, and it allowed the Brownstown man time to come in. But again, one of these ones that drives the manager's mad. Oh, nowhere, stuck to the side, and then give a handy foul and an opportunity. And no better man than Colleen Dowd to capitalise this. It's a difficult free. It's fairly close. He's got the angle right, and it dropped in. And I don't know.
James Moore kept his eye on it because
he had to, because there was a player in there beside him, and he missed it. It certainly was a dangerous ball. It was a good strike in from Dowd. He had to try and keep it in play there, but from the clearance, Southern Gaels going forward against Kevin Dolan, but Dolan dispossessed now, and Conor Shaw couldn't get it into his hand there either. There's a bit of tussle here now, right in front of the Brownstown bench, but Shaw, using all his experience, comes in, and then a nice ball straight down the line, and they're on the money, and Lane, he's a chance for his third one, has a look at the post. Lane, if he's 3 from 4, I think he is now at this stage on the shooting, but
yeah. That was lovely hurling from Brownstown. All started there by Conor Shaw, great move, and picked out Conor Rice up here in the wing, and he just laid the ball across, and a great point for Donald Lane. He's certainly on fire today.
Yeah, Jonathan Coe, better puck out this time, and it's picked up again by Conor Rice, and Rice coming inside, fires in, it's dropping in. This time Kieran has a little bit of room, but gets the shot off.
Yeah, that's what we spoke about, Ray. You spoke about the battle between Kieran Duncan and Brian Guerin in there, and it's worked there for Brownstown that time. Great delivery in by Conor Rice, and Guerin got it buried in the net. Great finish, Ray.
I suppose, Paul, that's why me and you were up here on the commentary, or me certainly anyway, because that tactic of getting it into Guerin in there on the full forward certainly worked early doors. Great finish from the number 8 there, and somebody taking the puck out and gone with it, but Brownstown have intercepted again, have won it again, and they're now looking for Niall Leonard down into that corner, and that man Duncan has gone out there, wins the foot race, held up there by Niall Leonard, but then attempted hand pass away, and the umpire is saying that Kieran Duncan is complaining that it went off the Brownstown man. He's pleading there with the umpire making his way out, and the signal is going to be a 65, and Jamie Fitzsimons now with his first chance to get a shot on goal. It's a difficult one. It's 60, it's not that far in from the sideline over on the far side.
Yeah, and suddenly Brownstown opened up a lead, 5-point lead early on, and Southern Gaels will be want to get better strikes, certainly from their puck outs and that, and get the ball down the field further.
There is a bit of a breeze, Paul. They are against it, but we'll see if it affects this one from Jamie Fitzsimons. Jamie fires this one, and it comes right across the front of the post.
Narrowly wide there.
Yeah. Let off there. Fourth official coming in here just to have a word with the referee on what's going on here, but the puck out has gone over the far side. Goalkeeper Jonathan Keogh, he's struggling a little bit with his puck outs. He's gone short this time a couple times. He goes long to the far side. He drifted out over the sideline, but
yeah, Sean Carr was just missing a pen there. I think fourth official Robert Connelly might have dropped him in an extra pencil or that.
9 minutes, 1-3 to a point in favour of Brownstown.
There's that battle again, Ray. Kieran breaks for Brownstown again.
Yeah, they're in again. Great chance. Goal number 2.
Yeah, big lead now for Brownstown all of a sudden. And it was Emmett Croneen with that finish. Yeah, and again, it was Kieran that broke the ball off to him, Ray.
Yeah, and, a lot of this is stemming from the inability of Jonathan Keogh to get puck outs away. Like that one, gave away possession cheaply on the line ball. They worked it in and eventually finished to the back of the net. Just under 10 minutes gone, and it's now 2-3 to a point. And Southern Gaels haven't really settled into this game at all yet, and it could be drifting away from them 9 points to 1. Looked like there was a push in the back there on one of the Southern Gaels players, but Southern Gaels do have the possession here, very, very close to the sideline. It's blocked down. It's gone out over the sideline. Lines on the signal went off. the Brownstown man, he's pointing exactly at who it went off, and it is going to be a line ball over on the far side for Southern Gaels. This line ball 50 metres or so out, going to be cut in over on the far side. Need to get that scoreboard moving, Paul, before this game really drifts away from them.
Yeah, and apart from Jonathan Keogh not making long puckouts, even when the ball breaks, Southern Gaels aren't onto it. They're not winning the breaking ball. They're second to it all the time, and they're really struggling to get possession.
Yeah, and line ball is taken. Sean Dowd goes low down the line, but again, not control at the first attempt, and sweeping back in around there are the Brownstown defenders, and they have it, and they've driven it long down the far side. It goes breaking and picked up again by the Southern Gaels, and a foul there as we're coming inside. Sean Carroll signals immediately. The temper's getting a little bit frayed over there on the far side. I expect Sean will bring the ball forward here. Certainly is now, and again, we've seen this happen on different occasions here throughout the year in TEG Cusack Park, where a free is out of range, suddenly a little bit of ill discipline, and then it comes within score range. And this is going to be the same now, because this is a chance for Sean O'Dowd, and this is probably within his range. He's only probably less than 60 metres out from the goals now.
Yeah, on that occasion, Jamie Fitzsimons actually thought it was his free, and that's why he went to get the ball. And it's been moved up.
It's Colleen Dowd with it. Colleen fires it in. Colleen fires accurately and fires it over the bar, and that's,
as you say, that the discretion there made all the difference, and it made it a scoreable free all of a sudden.
Yeah, the puck out's gone over the far side, goes off the hands there of the Brownstown man, straight out over the side. And again, a lot of play going down that far side. I think that was Tiernan Purcell, the number 12, that was contesting in the air there. Went off his hand, out over the sideline. Line ball is going to be taken by Keane Geary over there on the far side. Again, doesn't gain much ground with that one. Straight down the line and out over the sideline. It's going to be a line ball now for Brownstown.
Yeah, it's disappointing because, as you say, finals, they can very quickly drift away from you, and conceding those two early goals, Southern Gaels really need to get a foothold in the game.
Yeah, just over 12 minutes gone, 2-3 to 2 points in favour of the men in blue from Brownstown. And this line ball is going to be cut in. Doesn't get great height, and it's intercepted now, and Southern Gaels a chance now to get back on the attack again, but Philip Gilson is now a spare man in there, and he's able to step in and help his teammate there, as Johnny Martin didn't get the possession in his hand in the first time, and Gilson, all his experiences, shovels the ball forward now, and a chance for Donald Lane to drive it long down where Brian Gearan goes to ground, trying to get away from Duncan. Under pressure, gets the shot in, but Keane McCarthy had sat back in there in the pocket, gets the possession, and he starts Southern Gaels on the attack again, where Dermot Martin has all the time in the world to look and drive it down the far side. Is it going to stay in play? Very, very close to the sideline. It's gone out over the sideline. Again, those are basic errors, Paul. Man spare all the time in the world to hit him down the line, and it just drifts over the sideline. Don't know, is the breeze having that much effect? There just seems to be a lot of play going down that far side.
Yeah, it's probably a little bit stronger than we think here in the press box. But interesting to see Keaton McCarthy there just sitting in front. He seems to be a spare man at the moment, Ray, for Southern Gaels in there, but he hasn't really got into the game yet, and he's such a big player for them.
Yeah, and of course, when you deploy the sweeper there, is obviously you're robbing Peter to pay Paul, and we've seen on the last attack down here where Philip Gilson was a spare man and just turned over possession and made life very difficult. Johnny Martin 2 against 1, and he was dispossessed. That line ball again, an awful lot of play over on the terrace side here in TEG Cusack Park so far. Doesn't gain much ground, will just go straight out over the sideline, and another line ball for Southern Gaels over there on the Brownstown 45-yard line, the 45-metre line, I should say. This time it's a good cut. It's coming right across here. Brownstown, Southern Gaels man goes for it, doesn't get it in his hand, and Kenny Higgins steps in, and Kenny is alert, as he always is, and chance then just to look around and see that there's no one around him when he delivers long, gets it into space, manages to get it over the heads there of the sweeper there, and Brian Gearan has it. Gearan trying to get away from McCarthy, and Duncan still coming forward. Little pass inside, almost went to hand there. Tiernan Purcell was about, thought for a second he had it in his hand and was able to go with it. Southern Gaels man does get possession back, and Purcell a little bit frustrated there. He had a chance there. If he had grasped it, he was probably on the turn and had a chance to get into space, but Southern Gaels man got a stick in and just dispossessed him, and do well then to win back the free, and this free is just outside their own D, and a chance to relieve the pressure. This free is going to be taken by Keane Geary. Geary is the man in the white helmet. Crossfield ball is a good ball because his teammate make themselves available over there. They need to get possession, need to just get a little bit more sharper and more alert, because Brownstown certainly seem to be the sharper so far, and they've won this possession again, and ball driven low down down the far side again. I think he's going to stay and play. Duncan comes out, loses it here and has on him. He's coming in on the 13.
Whoa, what a finish.
What a finish.
What a finish. And again, it's that man Garrett. We mentioned it before the game began. We mentioned him last night in the build-up to the match. You know, he's proven that class there today. But I have to say, Patrick O'Reilly there doing great work for Brownstown. It was him in defence who got the ball, delivered it long. And again, you know, Kieran sore alert and a great finish.
Yeah, the puck out has gone there, and Paddy Riley is out there again, wins it. Again, vision just to look up and pick out Niall Leonard. Niall in space, has time to drive that one in, and he's on target again. That's the opening score for the number 13 from Brownstown. But again, you mentioned Paddy Riley. You know, had the vision just to see out, but go back to Brian Gearin. He's a hugely athletic player, Paul. We've seen him playing wing forward here in senior football from Mullingar Shamrock throughout the year. You can see him there, has the strength and the hurling ability, and that was a top-class finish. Not a thing the goalie could do with that one. Brownstown have turned possession over here.
Riley again.
Paddy Riley again doing a lot of the dirty work there around the middle of the field. Keane McCarthy was coming out. They didn't let him through the gap, and when he had to put the ball up to play, they just knocked it off the stick, and foul then committed. A little bit of frustration because just over 16 minutes gone in this open half, and already a big score, a big difference, 3-4, 13 points to 2. You know,
you'd be getting worried for Southern Gaels at this stage, Ray. You know, they really need to get into the game and, you know, better place balls.
Cormac Foley's firing this one in off his left hand and keep it in play. They do well just to keep it in place. Come very, very close to the end line. It's one there, I think it's Emmett Cunningham, but I think the signal had come that the ball had gone out over the end line. It's going to be a puck out again for Jonathan Joe.
Yeah, but even again, Ray, when the ball went into the square, it was the Brownstown men winning the ball. You know, they're winning all the dirty ball, all the breaks, and they're making it happen, Ray.
Yeah, and Southern Gaels are just compounding a chance. A nice puck out taken short. There was a chance there for Eamon Martin to clear it, but hooked in as he had all the time in the world. And remember, he was worked over here to Donald Lane, and Donald has certainly brought the scoring boost with him today of 4 points in this opening 17 minutes for the number 10.
The two players we mentioned beforehand for Brownstown certainly haven't let us down. Maybe we should be out on the pitch as well, Ray.
That's a young man's game, Paul. We will leave the playing to them, boys. But the puck out has gone again, and he's tried a different side this time, Jonathan Joe, but the same result because Brownstown have picked it up. Jamie Fitzsimmons and Niall Leonard, who tries to get it into the centre there. This time, Kieran Duncan seems to be the spare man, but gets a stick in that, shovels it away from the danger area, but it beats him out over the sideline, and the pressure is going to come back on because it's going to be a line ball. And I see Conor Wright, looks like he's going to come over and take it.
Yeah, and Southern Gaels, as I said, they really need to get someone like Keane McCarthy into this game. Maybe bring him out around the middle, but they have to get, you know, their big players into this game.
Yeah, because, you know, these two teams met in the group stages, Paul. I think it was round 3 and we had a draw game, so we were looking forward to, you know, that's a massive cut in there from the number 14, Conor Wright, but unfortunately not on target. But yeah, we expected this to be a tight game, but certainly Brownstown seem to have done their homework and have certainly improved in that game. You know, and getting their matchups right. With Conor Shaw, I think was only just back in play at that stage, and he was involved in that as he got a hook there on one of the Southern Gaels men to try to deliver the ball in. But Sean Carroll had his hand in the air, playing no advantage accruing there as the ball was trying to be moved inside. But again, you feel for Southern Gaels because they've had to take back the spare player back into defence because of the effect of Gearin in here. Yeah. Then up front, then you're down a forward, and you know when balls are played in, they have to be so accurate to find the teammate, and the touch has got to be right to get the possession as well, which hasn't always been the case. Yeah,
and even like particularly with place balls, you know, they've been disappointing so far. A few sideline balls that they really should have done better with.
Colleen Dowd has a chance here now, just with this free just inside the 65. Has he got enough on it? No, he hasn't, because Philip Gilson has gone high in under the crossbar there and clears it out over the sideline. But yeah, it's a dangerous ball, Paul, but with a free at this, you know, this level of hurling, anything inside the 65 has got to be going over the bar.
Yeah, absolutely. That's where they're losing out. They just have got those few points, just keep the scoreboard ticking along, keep them in the game, get a break, get a goal, and they're back in it. But you certainly have to be putting those over it.
Yeah, Cullen is gone from the free taking duty over to take the line ball, and doesn't work out that well, but it might still work out because it's one back inside here now, and the two Dowd brothers combine, and Cullen is eventually with the shot, and then from a very difficult angle, a lovely score there from number 15. It was Sean, his brother, that did the work from the line ball, which wasn't the best one in the world, but got it back to Colleen, and he clipped a nice point when there's an injury now to one of the Brownstown players.
Yeah, that was a very good score, like to see more of that from Southern Gaels. Got the ball out wide, and it was a good strike. Their striking has been poor too, but that was a very good striking. Sean Dowd there doing great work in the build up to that score. He's been urging on his players and trying to get more out of them. He knows there's more in this Southern Gaels team. I think we all do, Ray. We just haven't produced it so far today.
Sean hasn't really been in the game. I know he's out there, being picked up either by Conor Shaw, or he's drifted even into the middle of the field where Niall Leonard seems to have gone out there, and Donald Lane is around there as well. But they need players like him. They need Johnny Martin more involved. They need the two Martins in the middle of the field to be involved in this as well. And try and get on the play and try and turn things around and move it forward for them.
Yeah, but as you said, I mean, it was interesting. You mentioned earlier on about the battle between Kieran and Kieran Duncan, and the first couple of balls Duncan won them, and after that, it's been all Kieran. He seems to have got the measure of him, and they're trying a few different people to mark him now, but it's having no effect because he's just proven too strong, and he's lethal in front of goals as we've seen today.
Yeah, he's very athletic. He's very robust, and he's direct. When he gets the ball, we've seen it on the second goal finish. He just got around his man, wasn't content, just to take a score. He just absolutely roofed it, and that's what you want against Kenny Higgins. I think is the man that was injured there. He's back on his feet again.
Yeah, I think he just has to.
We're just going back to gear, like two great finishes from him.
Absolutely superb. Give Jonathan Keogh no chance in goals.
And the puck out has gone from James Moore. Is it going to go over the side? They know it was kept in play over there, but Brownstown do win it again with Tiernan Purcell, and Purcell was fouled there as he was trying to get away. And it's going to be another free in it. Again, the way Brownstown have been hitting frees, Jamie Fitzsimons, he'll just, at this stage, we're only 22 minutes gone in the opening half, but they'll just be content to keep that scoreboard ticking along. They're comfortably in the lead at the moment, and that's all they need to do.
We know letter from Brownstown, and certainly know that the game isn't over and it can change very quickly.
Jamie is on this one between 45 and 65. Normally deadly accurate. The umpire looks up at this one, and of course the commentator's curse, it never fails. That time across the front of the goals and wide, let off again for Southern Gaels. Need their supporters just to get behind them a little bit more, and get to grips of this game. They have a chance now. This ball is broken down in the middle of the field, and it's picked up very, very close to the sideline, trying to go forward with it there. Again, dispossessed there.
It's that man again, Ray. It's Paddy Riley.
Yeah, he's in there.
He's doing so much work, winning, but he's doing everything Southern Gaels aren't doing. Getting in there, fighting and winning the ball, and getting the tackles in and winning frees.
Dermot Martin had the chance to move the ball down the line over there, but again, by carrying it into tackles, dispossessed, and Paddy Riley in there. Paddy again, hugely experienced man there, and carried injuries earlier in the year, but he's back in full flow, vice captain of the team as well. So chance now for Cormac Foley.
He has a great strike of a ball.
Yeah, of course he put the cursor on
again,
it, but it drops on the 20-metre line. Coming out looking for it there was Emmett Cunyon, and Emmett is going for it, and the one was a ball. Now Cunyon was fouled. Southern Gaels not too happy with it, but I think Sean Carroll got that one exactly right. The attempted pass was intercepted, but the harm was already done at that stage, because Emmett Cunyon was in there and caused a lot of the trouble. Now this is certainly one which should be nicely within Jamie Fitzsimon's wheelhouse here. It couldn't be nicer.
The Gaels were looking to break on that occasion, Ray. They were looking to get a good move and get a score, but Sean Carr up a play, correct. Caneen was fouled, and expect a point here, increase the lead for Brownstown.
Yeah, and Jamie just goes forward, lifts, fires it over the bar. His first one from a free. 3-6 now to 3 points. 24, just over 24 minutes gone by on the clock. Jonathan Keogh is ready with the puck out again. He's going to come this side. This time he gets good distance in it. Dropping it into the half-forward line. Up goes the hands, broken down again on the breaking ball. Philip Gilson, he'd be happy coming away from the goal. In fact, it was the full forward there, Conor Rice, that was out on that one. He delivers across to the far side. Again, Brownstown are outnumbered, but they make life very difficult for Southern Gaels, but they do move it forward here now. And a chance now to get in, but again, carrying it, putting it through the hands, and the pass doesn't go to hands straight away, and it just allows the Brownstown bodies to get in around it, and they're tussling for it. I think they have possession, one back here again, trying to get out with it. Referee doesn't give the free this time, and it is picked up by Eamon Martin. Eamon trying to get over into a little bit of space, but he's about to be hooked, and he manages to get the strike into the centre. Paddy Riley needs to react to this one, and he does. And he gets possession, then fouled, goes to ground, gets the free. But again, that ball came in around. It dropped. Paddy Riley didn't seem to know where it was, and now there's more indiscipline. And the ball is going to be brought forward here now, and another chance. And you know, Cormac Foley could easily catch one here and fire it over the bar.
He could, and there was that man again, Ray. Paddy Riley is doing tremendous work in the middle of the field, winning the ball. But earlier, Jimmy Martin had the ball for Southern Gaels. You know, he just should have drove on or let the ball in early, and he hesitated, looked around, tried to play it short. And again, the Gaels lost possession in the vital area and just not letting the ball in quick enough, the Gaels.
Yep, Foley, Cormac drives this one in, and just exactly what I said.
I told you he had a great strike of a ball, right?
Absolutely. That free, just a couple of metres inside his own 65, fairly central. But again, nine things that just give away opportunities. We'll follow the puck out because it's broken down, and Foley was involved there with a chance to get possession, but Dermot Tracy does win it for Southern Gaels, goes in low, but again Kenny Higgins is in there scooping and flicking the ball away, and he has Philip Gilson now for support, and Philip just goes short there where Conor Rice is trying to clear there. He is blocked down, but it was Southern Gaels man stepped into it and certainly came off the worst in that block there.
Felt that one myself, Ray. That was painful.
Yeah,
but he's okay.
Hurl broken, gone across, thrown out over the sideline. I've actually seen more hurls broken today in Cusack Park than I have, I think, all through the year. But
just going back to that free again, you know, Cormac Foley again, you know, Paddy Riley won the free. He's won so many frees out there for Brownstown in the first half. But again, you know, in discipline, free was brought forward and Foley knocks it over the bar. And, you know, great strike, but unfortunately just increases the lead here and, you know, makes the game more lopsided. And, you know, it's hard to see a way back for the Gaels, even at this early stage.
Yeah, Sean Carroll is over there just checking on the welfare of the Southern Gaels player over there. I think he is going to resume play with a possession free for Brownstown. He's talking to Conor Shaw back there. Concern at the moment is for the Southern Gaels player. Hopefully he'll be able to resume. Nothing nasty about it, like he's just trying to get a block down, and you know the Brownstown player trying to get the strike away, so a collision more than anything, but it will be a free over there on the far side. Can't see who the injured player is at the moment. He's up on his hunkers all right, so hopefully he'll be good to go in a minute or so.
It's hard to know what Tony O'Keefe can do to get his side back in the game, Ray. Obviously they'll have the wind in the second half. It's not that strong. It'll certainly be a help, but they'll have to get you know, early ball into the forwards, a good low delivery, because it's not happening at the moment. It's too ponderous around the middle of the field when they get the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's fair. Now, I think Sean, is he going to throw the ball in between them? I thought he might have given the possession. I think Brownstown had the possession at the time, but it looks like he's just putting all the players back and he's going to throw the ball in. And this time Southern Gaels do capitalise on the throw ball. They're going to get a free here now. Going to ground there. That was Dermot Martin, number 8, as he gets up and comes back. And this is another one for cutting down. And you know,
this stage you just have to be getting this rate. Just have to be. Any chance at all? Just got to keep the scoreboard ticking over.
Yeah, he's on the 45. Fires it in. It's a low trajectory again.
Goal, right?
Work. Exactly what the game needed. I don't know whether he got the strike he was intended. He does flight them in just, you know, a little bit over crossbar height. He hit one earlier from this other side of the field, and James Moore had to be careful on it, but that time just got the flight exactly right and finishes up in the back of the net on the puck out. They have it again now because Sean Dowd is back here. He wins the puck out, but again doesn't get the ball away first time, and Donald Lane steps in lane, pops it off. Oh, the referee said it was a throw ball. He's not too happy about that, but in fairness, he's pleading his case, but he's accepted the punishment, and it's going to be a free out for Southern Gaels. You know, maybe that goal just the score they needed, maybe just things turning a little bit for them now.
Yeah, and then they win the free after that, so again they need to make this count, but when Dowd took the free, I think it was poorly struck, you know, and it was just, it should really have been caught inside in the square by the Brownstown full back line or goalkeeper, and you know, ends up in the net. Games can change and things like that, and for the good of the game, let's hope it does.
Yeah, absolutely. Keane Geary now is going to take this free for his side. He's gone for a huge long one. It's dropping into the square. Cutting down is trying to get around a couple of together, but Southern Gaels do win it. But then the pass is dropped in the first week's back. Chance now for Sean Dowd. Sean comes around on the loop and it's gone across the face of the goals. Would have been nice to get 2 scores back to back, but not to be on that one. And it's
Needed that now. They just needed to build on that after getting the goal.
yeah, just 3 minutes of additional time
Additional time
as
to
the
this
clock
half will be at least
just
3
gone into
minutes.
the first of those 3 minutes. Puck out has come down this side of the field, and the chance here, but taken down well there by Eamon Martin. He had to be on the money there because Niall Leonard had just drifted in beside him, but then touched not what was required, and Brownstown have the possession back again, and Paddy Riley skipping around a couple of players, flicks it out one-handed there, but Jamie Fitzsimons gets it. Jamie loops around and sees that Niall Leonard has stayed back here on the Southern Gaels 65 in space. He pops it on now to Conor Rice. Rice drops the ball again, but still it works out for Brownstown, but it's gone very close inside him. It kept in play. Ball is given back across. Niall Leonard was going for it, doesn't get it, and now Cormac Foley comes forward. Foley has it up in the post, takes the shot, fires it in, and the signal that's over the bar. Point number 2 for the number 5. 1 from 3 and 1 that one from play. A good score there for the Brownstown men. They had to work that a little bit harder for it, but they still worked it back as far as Foley coming from the half-back line, and he fired it over the bar.
Yeah, they made hard work of that, Ray. But you know, a few passes went astray, but they were always in control, and they were always first to the ball, Ray, and a well-worked move in the end.
Yeah, the puck out is down here this side of the field, but again, Sean O'Dowd was outnumbered there, and Brownstown working back as far as Conor Shaw, and Conor has dropped this one in, and Gear is in behind, has it, catches, fires it in. Jonathan Keogh did absolutely brilliantly at the post there. Kieran got in behind the 2 defenders there, between the 2 defenders and the goalkeeper, put up his hand, caught it. I think the supporters even down in front of us were applauding the goal because it looked like it had opened up for him, but somehow the goalkeeper got back, got a block on it, and they managed to force it out for the 65, but another goal I think at this stage would have been fatal for Southern Gaels. They just about remain in the game. Jamie Fitzsimons has gone back out now for a 65. He'll try and get a score from that attack, fires it in, and I think he has indeed done that. His second point of the game, this one from the 65, but I think another goal, Paul, might just have been a bridge too far. It's a big one at the moment, but I think that really would have been the final nail in the coffin.
You were about to say a hat-trick, weren't you, Ray? You had the words on the tip of your tongue. But in fairness to Keogh, good save.
Yeah, the puck out again, won by Brownstown. Niall Leonard gives it on now to Conor Rice. Rice with about 3 different attempts to rise it, and then eventually flicks it along the ground. It's gone inside here where it's picked up here by Cian McCarthy. McCarthy trying to get out here, but again, numbers all around. He just has to flick the ball away. Referee is going to hold the play up.
Yeah, shoulder injury here to Conor Rice, just as he flicked that ball away. I think it was Sean Dowd's hurl that came in and accidentally caught him, but he should be okay after some attention.
Referee is stopping the watch again.
Yeah.
We'll have a little bit more of additional time. Niall Leonard had been on the ground as well there, but he's got back to his feet. I think it's going to be a free for Southern Gaels. It looks like Cian Geary has the ball in his hand here. Conor Rice, I think it's the man that's down at number 14.
Yeah, as you said just a minute ago there, like, you know, a 4th goal for Brownstown would really finish this game off. And, you know, you put your money on Gearan scoring it, considering what we've seen so far in the first half from him. And in fairness, Keogh got out and just got that vital block, managed to put it around the post. And,
it was certainly a scrambled effort, but they kept it out of the net, and that was the most important thing. But
well, it looks like Conor could be in a bit of trouble here, Ray.
yeah, certainly it looks like
Could be his wrist,
Substitution for
shoulder.
Brownstown, number 14, Conor Rice, in replacement number 17, Robbie Dugdale.
Robbie Dugdale,
Yeah.
number 17, has come on. With watch now as the free is going to be taken here by Cian Geary, just back inside his own 65. Gets good distance in, he's dropping it right into the square. Can they get another goal maybe before half time? Ball is blocked, it's coming out, and it is the Brownstown men who are first to react. Jamie Fitzsimons is back there, and we're going to have no more action because the referee Sean Carroll has called the half time whistle. Comfortable lead for the Brownstown men here in this intermediate final for 2024, again sponsored by Slevins coaches. Brownstown in the lead, 3 goals and 9 points, 18 points to 1 goal and 3 for Southern Gaels, who really haven't got out of the block so far. But we're going to finish here on the commentary for the moment. We'll be back after an ad break on the sideline with Paul and myself. We'll be down there, we'll have some other guests, and we'll have a little bit of half-time analysis, but we'll be back up here then again in good time for the second half.
TEG, proud sponsors of TEG Cusack Park, serving aviation, biopharmaceuticals and medical industries across the globe. TEG has been to the fore in the fight against COVID-19 with our customers and partners. A local business employing local people. Visit teg.com/careers to learn more. Wishing all our GAA patrons a safe passage through the championship.
Slevins Coaches, proud sponsor of Westmeath GAA Hurling Championships. Clark's Bar, wishing all teams the very best today. MJ Stone Building and Developments, proud sponsor of Westmeath GAA.
Cusack Park pitch is 145 metres long. Imagine 3 of these bridge beams would make up the length of the pitch. Now transport 30 of them from Hurling to Kildare. A challenge overcome by a great team with the support of a great community. My name is Pat Barrett, Project Manager, Shamer to Precast.
TEG.
Side here, I'm joined by Paul again from CoCom. Adrian Moore, Longford manager, is here with us as well, and Jerry Buckley is finally going to join us here. Adrian, I'll start with you. You know, comprehensive lead so far for Brownstown. They've really been done everything right so far in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, and I suppose the big difference for the first 32 or 3 minutes was the technical efficiency of Brownstown in the striking. Their strike was very, very on the money, and you know, on the other side, I suppose Southern Gaels dropped a lot of balls short, just not hitting the target. And the other side of it, I suppose, is really where this sweeper is sitting, you know. And there's nobody taking control of Brian Guerin. You know, he's been on his own in here several times, even when the camera's probably off it. No one within 10-15 yards of him, and that's communication problem, really.
Jerry, we spoke on the commentary myself and Paul about Brian Gearin and Donald Lane before the game. You know, 2-4 between the two of them, but Gearin has really been a thorn in the Southern Gaels side. Unlucky not to get a third goal just before half time as well.
Totally, and sorry for the delay. I was negotiating terms. I don't come cheap, as you know. But I heard you talking about the two boys. I think it's ironic. I see the Shamrock as Brownstown's crest. We all know that Brian Gearin plays football for Mullingar Shamrocks as well, and it's been very impressive for Shamrocks. In fact, there was talk of him, I'm not trying to pick Dermot McCabe's squad for him, talk of him even coming into the football squad, but we're here to talk hurling today. He's been very impressive, and I was just scribbling notes, and I wrote hat-trick as he got the ball there, and then had to write almost hat-trick, because I was sure he was going to score that. He's been an absolute thorn in the side, as you say, and the same with Donald Lane. You know, and it's a strange game. There's a strange feeling for someone kind of my vintage who was used to Brownstown being one of the top teams, senior teams for many, many years, playing against a team like Southern Gaels, you know, who are newcomers really to Cusack Park and County Final Day. And it's just a pity. It's not over yet, but it's a pity for Southern Gaels. It has gone a little bit belly up for them so far, but there's still half an hour to play. But Kieran and Lane and several other players that we're very familiar with, you know, the Cormac Foleys and people like Jamie Fitzsimons and that experienced players, at the moment it's just looking, it might be a bad day for the Gaels.
Yeah, Paul, on Southern Gaels, a point for Johnny Martin from play, a point from Colleen Dowd from play, and the other two scores, 2 frees, one from Colleen Dowd, and the free from 45, you know, probably was a miss hit if he's honest about it, but you know, it might be just a little bit of a break that they need to keep them just slightly in touch in this game.
Yeah, well, you know, when you come into a big final like this and you find yourself, you know, 2-3 to 2 points down inside 10 minutes, you know, it's a terrible start, particularly when you're the underdogs, and it's huge. But look, the striking has been poor from Southern Gaels, even from placed balls, I said, and you need to be tipping over, you need to be getting your frees, your 65s and everything. You just need to be getting them on the money. Yeah, lucky break of the goal. I think we were saying there was another ball dropping short, ends up in the net, but up to that, the Brownstown defence, you know, Philip Gilson's been cleaning up in there, you know, and Kenny Higgins too. And you know, for me, the one thing I said to you in the commentary there, like Cian McCarthy, big player for Southern Gaels, hasn't in this game at all. Not sure, he seems to be hanging loose. If you're playing as a sweeper, which he seems to be, and you've conceded something like 3-7, 3-9 in the first half, then it doesn't seem to be working, and they've got to get him into the game, Ray.
Adrian, you've been on the sideline often, and probably a lot of times in the same thing, but where does Tony O'Keefe go now? What did he say to his side here to try and rally them for the second half? There is a breeze, and it probably will be a factor in the second half as well. We can't feel it in the press, but obviously down here you can't feel it.
Yeah, there comes a time in every game when you definitely have to go man on man and push up. With the balls dropping, so many balls dropping short, there is a nice wind here as you're down on pitch side, which you can't actually feel up in the stand. They have to just go direct, but the striking has been definitely a problem for them, and that technical proficiency as well up front is just not good enough in a county final. Now, on the flip side of that, to my memory, I don't remember seeing Southern Gaels playing in Cusack Park too often, so it's a massive day for this club, you know what I mean? And one other thing is that there's a huge crowd here, and that's great because it's two sole intermediate teams. We spoke about this throughout the year, about the second string teams and how important it is to have them in Westmeath hurling for more and more games. But two sole intermediate teams, great crowd in here, great support for both clubs. It's a great day for hurling in Westmeath to have two intermediate clubs contesting the county final. But Southern Gaels, to answer your question, have to go man on man, have to push up and just take control in the full back line and someone pick up the lads that are doing the trouble.
And Jerry, on the flip side, Gary Mangan's in there, must be really delighted with how that first 30 minutes or so went.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny you mentioned Keane McCarthy. Some managers in hurling football over the years I've got to know, some of them would say to you, if you ever see an out player at a lower team, give us a buzz. And I was on to Joe Fortune a few years ago about Keane McCarthy, and I was kind of expecting him to kind of be their standout player today. Now, I know there's a half an hour to play, but they certainly need an awful lot more from him. And I'm repeating what she said, all of those free 65s, they have to be points. They simply have to be points. I remember chatting to you and others years back, you'd nearly expect your under 16s now to be pointing 65s. The day of the 70, as I used to call her, 65 being difficult is gone. They have to be points, and hopefully they will get chances early in the second half, stick them over, and they will have a competitive game.
Yeah, they need to hit the ground running, Paul. We'll talk to you back in commentary, but just stay with Adrian here for a second. They need to come out, they need to push up, they need to sharpen them up. Like, they're a half an hour into a county final. It's going to be gone by them if they don't, hit the ground running here to start this second half.
Yeah, and nerves should be long gone, First few minutes, first few balls, every player's got a good few touches on the ball at this stage, but it's about going direct and trying to do the simple thing, get the simple thing right in the first 7 or 8 minutes of the second half. Now, Brownstown in other games, even in the semi-final, started very, very strong against Raharney, got 2-1 or 2-3 within a few minutes, and then just levelled off. Today it's a lot different for Brownstown. They got the 2-1, 2-3 after 10 minutes, but they've kept pushing on. Definitely an awful lot more threat up front, but it's the direct ball that's coming from Cormac Foley, that's coming from Conor Shaw, and you can see in Cormac Foley's strike from 60-70 yards out from a free. That's what has to happen, and that's what Southern Gaels have to do for the second half.
Yeah, well, we're going to finish here on the analysis. We'll be back with the lads after the game. We're going to go to an ad break, and myself and Paul will gallop up to the press box, and we'll be back for commentary in the second half.
TEG, proud sponsors of TEG Cusack Park, serving aviation, biopharmaceuticals and medical industries across the globe. TEG has been to the fore in the fight against COVID-19 with our customers and partners. A local business employing local people. Visit teg.com/careers to learn more. Wishing all our GA patrons a safe passage through the championship.
Slevins Coaches, proud sponsor of Westmeath GA Hurling Championships. Clark's Bar, wishing all teams the very best today. MJ Stone Building and Developments, proud sponsor of Westmeath GA.
Cusack Park pitch is 145 metres long. Imagine 3 of these bridge beams would make up the length of the pitch. Now transport 30 of them from Raharney to Kildare. A challenge overcome by a great team with the support of a great community. My name is Pat Barrett, Project Manager, Shamer to Precast.
Myself and Paul have made our way back up here. Paul, you know, the Southern Gaels team came out just as we leaving the pitch down there. So I guess Tony O'Keefe got his word across sharply, quickly, got them back out again. Gary Mangan and the Brownstown lads staying inside. I suppose the response in there is more the same.
Yeah, and I agree with what Adrian Moran said down there on the sideline. Like, you know, they've got to go man to man, they've got to push up, got to get the ball direct in now. And as we felt down there, Ray, the wind it's a little bit stronger than you'd imagine. Now that'll all be a help, but really Southern Gaels have to get in there and they have to win the dirty ball. They have to get their striking right, and you know, they have to get a hold on Paddy Riley there in midfield, who's been just running the game for the entire first half.
Brownstown just making their way back out here now for the second half. Don't think any change there was. And late when they're just at half time, Robbie Dugdale coming in wearing the number 17 replacing Conor Rice. Conor again, another experienced player. He'd be a loss to them, but you know, Dugdale would have been involved. It's a name that's synonymous with Brownstown hurling, and you know, he'll be involved. So far it looks like we're going 6 backs and 6 forward on the left hand side.
Yeah, Dugdale gone in there at midfield. He might be just gone in for the throw in, but you know, plenty of experience there. And look, hopefully, you know, for neutrals, hopefully Southern Gaels get back into the game. It's a huge gap, 12 points, and you know, I know to write off teams before, Ray.
Yeah, but
Thomas Mullingar Shamrock's on the minor football.
Yeah, but Brian Gearan, speaking of Mullingar Shamrock, ball fired into him. Great ball in from Conor Shaw. Gearan out in front of Kieran Duncan. Kieran beating all ends up there, just grabbed the Brownstown man by the jersey, tested the quality of the material there that time. He goes to ground, but it's going to be, I think, a yellow card for Kieran Duncan.
Or a black, right?
What is he going to go with?
He no option there. Gearan was gone in. He was gone for a goal. There was absolutely no question about it if he got by.
Yeah, the ball is back.
The yellow,
it's going to be a yellow because Kieran has gone back in, but not the start that, you know, that Southern Gaels needed. This one a chance for Jamie Fitzsimons. He got one from a free, one from a 65 in the opening half. And this one just outside the D. We can see it over on the far side. Yellow card is the colour that was issued there. Chance now for the opening minute or so of this second half. It's no mistake. Rifles it over the bar. Third one from number 15 again. I said last night, Paul, a lot of these lads' fathers have senior medals, but when these younger lads don't have it, they'll be hoping to get this one on the first of the rung on the ladder. The ball is given long down there, and Morris Fitzgerald was attempting to play football there while there was a Brownstown man swinging a hurl, but it just worked out okay. But the ball is here in a little bit of a ruck here around the middle of the field. Niall Leonard trying to root it out into a little bit of space, push to the ground. I don't think the referee's seen him. I think now he's probably going to give a free against him for holding on to the ball for too long, but there was nothing Niall could really do about that.
I think he's going to throw it in, Ray, but from where we saw, it probably was a
push on the back. No, he's actually given the free in. And Niall Leonard is complaining to the linesman, and I feel he's paying there, but nothing the linesman's going to do about that. But the chance now for Colleen Dowd, I think,
bring it up,
yeah, because Niall Leonard in the year of Kieran Williams down here on the side, the linesman, so Colleen Dowd needs to nail every one of these opportunities in the second half. This one about 50 or so metres out. He lifts it, strikes it inside the upright.
Oh,
it is.
Just close.
I tested my eyesight there, waiting for the umpire, because it was not the most convincing of strikes, and a good look at them pointing to the goal there. That wide that he got between the uprights, and that's all that matters. 3-10-1-4. Took out now again, struggling. There's a big factor in that one, just hitting the 65, but Paddy Riley picks it up again, but Paddy is half blocked down there as he was trying to clear it, and then it breaks kindly there for the wing back there, Anthony Mulvaney, and he strikes it down, and a chance here now for Donald Lane. Donald with 4 in the first half, but not going to add to that one, because that one has gone across and a long way wide. So a puck out now for Jonathan Keogh. Let's see now.
He drove it long the last time, Ray, and again he's getting much better distance now, showing the strength of the wind.
Looking for Sean Dowd down here. Ball breaks through. Dowd and Brownstown man kind of caught on his heels there, but the Dowd is on it again. Dowd as well. He's about to get away there. There's a sub being introduced here. Number 19 is MJ Kelly, and also number 18 is Luke O'Connell. Those two subs been introduced. Let's see who's going off here. But certainly Tony O'Keefe not delaying too long in the second half. There's two subs coming in. We'll just not going to happen until Cullen Dowd hits this free. He's on the 45. Cullen hit this, and I think this time it's not going to be inside the post. That's out on the far side. Bad miss, I said earlier. He needs to nail every one of these.
He put the last one very close in the near post, the far post, and that one was just drifted wide as well. So
Luke O'Connell is
second substitution for Southern Gaels, number 10 Morris Fitzgerald, being replaced by number 19 MJ Kelly.
Strange to make a sub for 4 minutes into the second half. I think if you're going to make a double substitution, you would have made it at half time.
Yeah, I suppose looking maybe just to see would players have an impact with just at the early stages. If they've got a bit of a near bashed inside at half time, might just come out like he'd obviously quality players there, but just not working for them on the day in the county finals. These things can go wrong, but obviously Tony has to take action, and he's done that. 2 subs coming in, but puck out has gone over on the far side. It's a line ball. Brownstown giving up a little bit of distance here, but Conor Shaw has a chance now to fire it down the field, and again works out here. And the man who came on as a sub, Robbie Dugdale from the 45. Robbie has a look at the post. He's fired in. Is he going to stay and play? No is the answer to that, because Conor Rice couldn't just get a stick to that one. And let off there for Southern Gaels again, but puck out again for Jonathan. Jonathan needs to get plenty of height in this and plenty of distance, and he's looking around. Just looking back, and we seem to be still 6 on 6 down at the end of the field as puck out comes down this side of the field, but as it breaks down, it's the Brownstown men that read the breaking ball, and they have it again here now with Tiernan, partial Tiernan, with a couple of Saffron jerseys around, and we lose, and then Niall Leonard, great strength from Leonard, bouncing off the Brownstown or the Southern Gaels man. He's going forward, and a wild stick in there on Leonard.
Yeah, 2 attempts to shoulder Niall Leonard over the
Proud sponsors of TEG Cusack Park.
Low to the ground as well, it's no centre of gravity, and did well to keep himself inside the sideline. He ends up winning the free now, and there's a chance for Jamie Fitzsimons to add to his tally. Keane Geary in there just having a word with the linesman. Don't think there was any issue. And maybe the fact that the free probably should have been closer to the sideline is what he might be complaining about. But Fitzsimons is going to take this when he's inside the 45-metre line. Close to this side, but might suit the way he strikes it off his backhand.
Yeah, nice, that's lovely.
Yeah, as soon as he struck, he was gone after. He knew it was on target. And he's been out now.
And we said at the start about the difference, the free takers. I mentioned Jimmy Fitzsimons and Cooling Dowd. You could see that, difficult one there for Fitzsimons, and he got it. Dowd missed the earlier one.
Yeah, the puck out this time has come this side of the field as well, and it goes off Dermot Martin there, and it was Robbie Dugdale that was tossing for it, but it is going to be a line ball here. Yeah, line ball. Kieran Williams signals, went off the Southern Gaels man. Conor Shaw has the ball in his hand. He's looking for a bit of decent grass there, because it's fairly bare right here in front of the tunnel area, but Conor, an experienced player, good to see him back. He missed the early stages of the year with Westmeath as well as with the club, but he's back now and he gets a cut in his Niall Leonard. Didn't do him much favours there as he blocked it, and it's picked up there by Eamon Martin. Eamon pops it back to Keane Geary. Geary's a pass. A wild stick there from Donald Lane, but I think it was mostly caused of the fact that the Southern Gaels man stepped in front from behind and nothing he could really do. Probably going to get himself a yellow card. The referee
is probably because it was around the head
area. Yeah,
he was going for the ball. I mean, there's nothing malicious in it. Lucky probably to get the card, but say anything around the head.
Sean is looking for the card. See what the colour it is. It is a yellow, and ball back now with Keane Geary. He's halfway between 45 and 65. Kieran Williams is bringing him a little bit closer to the sideline. Where they hit it. And he struck good ones in the first half, Paul. With the breeze move back, when we get this, and no need to go short. Get it into that danger area as quick as you can, and see can they get maybe another break like they got in the first half from Colleen Dowd's one. Geary. Good strike on it. He's done exactly what I thought he would do. Get it in there. Can we keep it in play? But they can't.
Just wide.
Drifting across. But again, Paul, it just proves if you can get balls on target in there, things can happen. They got one goal. Maybe that defence not tested that much under the high ball, but just
8 minutes gone now in the second half, Ray, and Southern Gaels really made back into that Brownstown lead.
No, puck out is going here, pulled on one-handed there in the air there. Dermot Martin, the man who reached height, he's a big man, plays in the middle of the field, so that's home football as well, and he used all his height there, got a stick on it, line ball. Geary is mad to take it, he's taking it in a hurry, fires it in again into towards Kevin Dolan there. Kevin beaten by Conor Shaw, coming out, bounces off a tackle, still manages to keep his feet, and then great stick work and great skill from Shaw. He knew he couldn't take it in the hand again, delivered it, and then Ian McCarthy steps in, just does enough to keep it away from the Brownstown men, but it looks like they're going to give possession away again, and it works nicely here now for Kieran Person now. Chance to lengthen the hurl in his hand, and he gets his opening score of this game. There's the number 12. 5 of the 6 forwards now for Brownstown on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but great work there by Conor Shaw in the build-up to that. You know, he came out, you know, we've a yellow card coming up here for Southern Gaels player, but Shaw was excellent work. The tackles, they just hopped off him, he kept going, managed to get control of the ball and got a good pass from Person.
Yeah, I think a yellow card there.
Looks like it's is it Eamon Martin?
I think it is number 9. I think it is. It gets it. Puckouts on the way here. Ball broken through, but again, Brownstown with plenty of numbers back here. But Kenny Higgins doesn't get it into the hand, and it's picked up very well there under severe pressure there by Johnny Martin. But Johnny loses possession because Kenny Higgins comes out and high tackle there. In fact, I think Sean Carroll is pointing now on the Brownstown man is the number 12 there, Kieran Person. Here I think it was he ran into one of the Southern Gaels man as he was trying to come in and make a tackle, so third man tackle is deemed by it, and Sean right on top of things signals the free, and it's going to be Colleen Dowling.
He's very quick with the frees, Ray. He's got that one all right.
Yeah, good strike that time. It looked like a crisper strike between the uprights. 12-1, 5-10 minutes gone in the second half.
It's like your normal free taker where they place the ball, take their time and study the angles, and that. It's very quick and striking.
Yeah, well, I suppose clock is not in their favour. You can't be delaying looking at them. You need more of those. Puck out is out here from James Moore and broken down. Southern Gaels trying to get it into the net. The frontal tackle there on Colleen Dow there as he lifted the ball, and I think Emma Cunyon is going to be the latest man to get a yellow card, because certainly no attempt to play the ball there, just ran straight into the number 15 there as he goes to ground. Looks like Southern Gaels are going to introduce another sub down below us. Number 17 is Fionn Dowd, third of the Dowd brothers. Looks like he's a hamstring injury, but it looks like he's going to be introduced here. We'll see as Cian Geary gets ready to take this free. He's back on his own 65.
Certainly taking his time and lining this one up. Ready to go yet?
The referee just having a word with one of the Southern Gaels players. I don't know what he's shown, whether it's a blood injury or what it is, but Sean is happy enough. I think we're ready to go on. Cian Geary is going to go short with this one, because man has made a run out here into space. Here is gathered there. Johnny Martin's man, but Johnny lays it off now to Culling down, and Culling from the sideline does well to fire a nice dangerous ball across it, breaks off Kenny Higgins, and foul there on Sean O'Dowd as he was trying to pick up the ball. Kenny Higgins is pleading his case, but I think there was a loose stick in there. We see that's going to be the last action for Johnny Martin, because he's going to be called ashore here, and Fionn Dowd is going to make his way in.
Yeah, Johnny will be disappointed. He's disappointed coming off. He's taking off the helmet, and you can see probably disappointed with his own display and maybe the service he got, but certainly Fionn Dowd, good substitution to be bringing on.
This free fired over the bar.
Yeah, closes the gap.
Yeah, I need a few more of those. Actually need a goal at this stage. Might just give them a little bit of hope. There's still 12 points between the sides. James Moore is in no hurry. He's waiting for the signal from the referee to give the puck out, and this time he hangs it out in the breeze. You can see it drifting over to the far side, batted down there by the Southern Gaels man again, but it's that man Paddy Riley all the time in the world end, and Conor Shaw has already given him the call. He takes the ball from him and he delivers it long, where there's a footrest over to the far side. Niall Leonard has this quick hand pass in, and Gearan is in on goal again. Can he finish it? And the answer to
that is the hat-trick.
You just took the word out of my mouth.
And it's been the
Jerry
main
Buckley who had written almost hat-trick. He can now confirm it.
Yeah, and it's those men that we mentioned all through. You know, it was Paddy Riley working to get the ball, giving it back to Conor Shaw giving it long, and it was then Leonard setting up Gearan, and that's the hat-trick. Took it very well.
Yeah, great quick hand pass in there from Niall Leonard. He has that ability from the puck out. Jamie Fitzsimons has won it, and Shaw has a chance to deliver another ball up, and it's gathered well by Emmett Cunyon. Cunyon got the other goal, let's say, that Brownstown have got. Donald Lane is coming forward here. There was a late hit on the number 10 as he was coming in with the ball there. You know, don't like to see this. Southern Gaels tempers flaring a little bit here now. A lot of this frustration there. You know.
I think that was after the free was given. I think another tackle came in. That's disappointing.
Sean Carr will see what action is he going to take, but certainly he's having a word with, I think, the linesman.
He's going to come up to Kieran Williams here.
See if he could see anything. But
going back to the goal though, Ray, you know, another great Brownstown move, and they used the space so well. You said they went man and man, but Conor Shaw's been lording it there in the second half so far, as Paddy Riley did in the first. And you know, it was Riley gave him the ball. He just picked out a lovely long pass into the corner, found Niall Leonard, and you know, great finish. And that goal is Sean Carr goes across the far side to check with his other umpire. Sorry, his other linesman.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Don't know if they saw anything as such.
Yeah, there was a late tackle. You were right. It was after the ball, I think.
Yeah,
by one. So yeah, I think
someone's in trouble, right?
I think what I seen is what they're looking to penalise is the number 15. I think is the man that's going to be in trouble. He had been told just to get away from the danger. It's always a sign of a guilty man. Yeah, and I think in fairness to the referee and these two linesmen, they've got the right man at this. And now a little bit of frustration from Colleen there. Now he doesn't need to be getting involved in that. Look, he just escaped with a yellow card here now, because Sean certainly was at him and he was going to find the culprit. So
yeah, Sean's car is well hidden today.
Yeah, but he manages to find the yellow one, and I think that is the correct decision. It might have taken a minute or two to get it, but credit to him, they got it right. And play will resume now. Donald Lane is back on his feet, and Jamie Fitzsimons has a free now from the 45, fairly close to the centre, and chance just to keep that scoreboard ticking along for the Brownstown men. 4 so far, all of them from place balls, 3 from frees, 1 from a 65, and make that 5 now for the number 15.
Yeah, they've missed very little place balls today, and that's been a huge difference too, right?
Yeah, puck out is on its way again, broken down here into the centre, but again Paddy Riley's under, flicks it away one-handed, and a chance here for Tiernan Person. He somehow roll lifted and gets away from 2 or 3 Browns or Southern Gaels defenders there, but fires it in, and this time Kieran Duncan goes high in front of Brian Gear, but manages to do not only bring the ball to ground for Gear. He's after goal number 4. And
he's got it,
number 4.
Great individual goal, that. What a display we've seen here today from Kieran. You know, he's been class from the, you know, I think, as I said, he lost the first 2 balls went in, and after that he's won everything. Showed great skill there, held off his opponents and just straight through on goals. Lovely close finish. He's finished all 3 goals relatively similar, batting them kind of past the goalkeeper.
Yeah, and puck out is down here, and it's won by Paddy Riley, sitting back in behind his back line and delivers it long. This time Kieran Duncan does read the thing well and pops a little pass off now to Kevin Dolan. Kevin spins, gets away from his man, heads across the Brownstown 45, still going. Needs a little bit of support, does he? No, he's going to back himself. And he fires and clips a nice point as the number 12 there did it all himself there. Kieran Duncan did well to anticipate the clearance, broke onto it, popped it away to Dolan, and that's just a little sign of what Southern Gaels can do. But you know, on the day it has been Brownstown who have been controlling most matters.
Yeah, far superior team. And it's a while since I saw a county final, it's kind of one-sided. You know, it's disappointing for Southern Gaels, but let's hope to finish the game out strong anyway.
Yeah, the puck only went off the stick of Colleen Dowd, and then a Brownstown player has gone out over the sideline. Keane McCarthy down here to take this one right in front, and again good ball across into the far side, goes over the head of Luke O'Connell, but it works out nicely here now, and O'Connell is on this one again, controls it at the second attempt, comes inside again, past to nobody in particular. Kevin Dolan trying to make something out of it. Dolan is forced to come back and give it back here in the direction, but again too much taken out of the ball, and a chance now for Robbie Dugdale to move it on inside to where Niall Leonard's out in front of Kieran Duncan. His attempted shot and goal is half blocked down, and Kieran is after it again. And luckily for Brownstown, he's close, or to Southern Gaels, he's over at the corner flag, and he has to play this one back out. But Donald Lane is there, back in now for Jamie Fitzsimons. Jamie, time to plant the feet, have a look at the post, take the shot off, and get his first point from there.
Yeah, lovely score. Again, great work in the build-up with Dugdale and Niall Leonard. And you know, they took their time, worked the ball out, didn't panic, played the ball back out to the loose man, and a fine point from play.
Yeah, Gearan very involved as well, not a bit selfish, just looked up, didn't go for the shot from the impossible angle, played it back out 45 metres or so, and the working in for Simons finished it up nicely. There's a free here from the puck out for Southern Gaels. Sean Dowd fires it in. Nice looking ball going in this time. I think James Moore, he took control of that one. He called it. His defender just left it go through, and he was safe hand then to win it and clear it down the far side of the field where Donald Lane has pulled on it along the ground. First time, gone out over the sideline. It's going to be line ball for Southern Gaels. We're almost 19 minutes into the second half. 5-14 to 1-7. Need to say not much more because Southern Gaels have taken the short line ball and it doesn't work out. And Robbie Dugdale steps in, and Robbie Dugdale with the shot. Well, unfortunately for Robbie, not on target. But
again, since Robbie has come on, he's made a big impact, you know, and bigger impact than say the Southern Gaels subs. And you know, he's come on for an injured player, but he's been quite capable.
Yeah, the ball cleared out from the short puck out and down the line here towards Kevin Dowling. A little nudge there just as the ball was coming from Cormac Foley, and a free for Southern Gaels back just inside their own 65. And Keane Geary, this time Keane is trying to drop it in at this stage with 10 minutes or so to go. They need more than five. A chance here.
Oh, yeah.
Top class finish. Big midfielder Eamon Martin there. You know, Geary dropped it in nicely. He was brave. He went high. He took it down. Had a look. Top corner, Paul. Simple hurling.
Yeah, and I was just about to say Southern Gaels are kind of, they're caught in two minds of whether they go for points now or try and get goals and get back into the game. But yeah, drop that in, and lovely, and a great finish. James Moore, no chance.
Yeah, the puck out has worked out over on the far side for Robbie Dugdale. It's on the second attempt, he has it, and he's trying to get away from his man and then gives the ball inside, but Sean Carroll has deemed it as a throw ball. There's another sub going to be introduced here, Paul Hogan wearing the number 22.
Substitution for Brownstown, number 5, Colin Foley, replaced by number 18, Tom Flynn.
Both sides making substitutions here, yeah. And Brownstown well in front now, introducing Tom Flynn.
Number 2, Shane Gallman, replaced by number 22, Paul Hogan.
Yeah, it's Paul Hogan coming to replace Shane Galvin there. I was wondering where they're taking Keane Geary off because he...
Yeah, fairness he has.
He has been one of their better players. I think he's over striking that free in as well. It's a big now, and Martin is under it again. It's bounced the whole way through to the goalkeeper, who had to be alert to that one there because a little flick there and we could have had another goal. But Brownstown weather the storm nicely here now and they work it out, and there's a chance here now to get the ball down the field there. Tom Flynn just introduced, he goes down. Wow. Geary goes up behind.
Oh yeah, a wonderful catch there by Geary, you know. Came in behind his man.
Yeah, Diarmuid Murtagh's there, he's a big tall man,
yeah.
And he got in between him and Kieran Galvin. Something similar to what he did for one of the opportunities for the goal there, and you know, he caught it. Not only thing they can do as soon as he gets possession, he's turning, he's heading for goal at every time. They can't take that chance anymore, and you know, they pull him back, pull him to the ground, and you know, the flip side of that, it might be a point, a goal saved, but it's going to be a point now from a free, more than likely from Jamie Fitzsimons.
Yeah, if someone like reliable like Jamie Fitzsimons taking the frees.
Yeah, Jamie directs that one over the bar as well, just pushes the lead. 5-14-2-7.
15 now, Ray, to add on Jamie's latest point there.
Puck out again, down there for Jonathan Keogh. He's gone over the far side. MJ Kelly is over there, nice quick hands there, flicks it inside now. Southern Gaels have to go for goal. Sean Dowd, put it through the hands, you know, it might work out for him. Shovel ball inside.
James Moore did very well there because
Kenny Higgins was in front of him, and Higgins missed the ball completely, and Moore had to be alert to it as it came off the AstroTurf, and it works out. But Eamon Martin has gone in there, he's caused a little bit of harm in there now, and Colleen Dowd has the ball. I think Colleen took that into the hand 3 times, but the referee didn't see it. Philip Gilson has it down at the other end, and he fires it over to the far side where it's broken to the ground. But again, it is the Brownstown men that have it again, and Tiernan Purcell has it. He goes across the field, gives a hand pass on. Jamie Fitzsimons looping back around, and then off his left hand, nonchalantly fires into space. And it was coming over. Here we go, said somebody beside me here, and Gearan is in again.
Another goal, that's his 5th, Ray. What a performance by Gearan here today.
Yeah, one-man show, he's leading it. We question why they would, you know, the man that could, you know, so athletic, why they put him in at full forward in the opening couple of minutes. It didn't look like a correct decision, but boy, has that decision been vindicated.
Yeah, just broke through there, and again, not the cleanest of strikes, but it kind of bundled into the line, over the line, but they all count.
Replaced by number 19, Sean Smith.
Sean Smith been introduced for the last 6 or 7 minutes or so of this game, because I think pretty much at this stage we know who's going to be coming back up to play Senior B hurling next year. It looks like it is going to be the win for Brownstown. It's now at 6:15 to 2-7 with 23.5 on the clock. Southern Gaels, not a nice place to be, but they'll keep plugging away here. The ball driven down the line where Sean Dowd is out in front of his man, drops it, has time to get it into his hand and turn around, and from the 45 he's looking at it as it drops in, and it's inside the upright. First score for Sean Dowd. You know, again, hasn't been much involved, Paul. We normally would expect to see him on the scoreboard a little bit more, but Paddy Riley is sitting back in there, has done a great job marking him throughout the game.
Substitution for Southern Gaels, number 14, Sean Murphy, replaced by number 21, Owen Hardiman.
Yeah, substitution there.
Yeah, Owen Hardiman, the number 21, coming in place of Sean Murphy at full forward.
Ray, you're watching county finals a long time. It must be a long time since you saw a man score 5 goals in a county final.
Yeah, absolutely, surely is. And you know, again, he's been so dominant that it's not that he's just, you know, hit balls into an empty net. He's had to shown great skills. And somebody has very quickly pointed out here in the commentary box that the game is not over yet. He could end up with the double hat trick. I think that's what he might have on his mind, and certainly they're leaving him on in there. All is one here now, and there's a little bit of a tussle here now, and Colleen Dowd doesn't need to be involved as he's already on a yellow card. You know, he doesn't need to end up in this game with a red card before the 60 minutes are up. You know.
Yeah, needless again.
Yes, it's frustrating, but it's, you know, Brownstown had possession there. It was Anthony Mavani that was coming away with the ball, just wrapped around and pulling it around. And, you know, Sean Carolan, I think he's going to call Colleen over. He has. It's going to be a yellow card for both players, but for Colleen Dowd it's going to be the second one.
Yeah.
And, you know,
just silly, totally.
A goal and 5 for his side out of their total of 1-8. You know, and you know, for him, he's not going to finish the game.
Yeah, look, it's frustration. You know, it's the build up. Yeah, it's gone for that. Look, he's walked off, and that's it. Well, look, it is frustration. The big day out, and for to be so well beaten on the scoreboard, it's obviously got the better of them, and yeah, no need for it.
Anthony Mulvaney is still being spoken to by the referee, but I don't think he's been anything other than a yellow card for him, and it's a correct call by Sean Carroll. Absolutely bang on. He's got all the calls right. Not even right to say he got some. He got all the calls right. Cullen got a yellow card there on. It was deserved. He was picked out for it. The Brownstown man is going to have to get a replacement helmet there because it was pulled off. But we're ready to get underway here again. Jeremy Fitzsimons is back inside his own 65 going long. Again, is gearing in around that, and it might still work out for him. They're tussling in there. Kieran Duncan just kicks it away from the immediate danger, but not away from it completely because it's still inside the D over there. They're tussling forward. They have it in there. Robbie Dugdale trying to get it back out, and then Kieran sees an opportunity to get on it. And like that, he has amazing. I think he's going to take a score from a point, is he?
Yep.
Yes, indeed he is.
Get points as well as goals.
Absolutely. Looks a lot better, 5 goals in a point than just 5 goals. So, fair play to no disrespect to the man. He's been outstanding through. At that time, the point was on. He didn't get greedy. He just took his score. You know, and from the puck out, Conor Shaw just wins the ball in there, just nice and nonchalant. He lays it off, and the ball is cleared down the far side. Southern Gaels have it. They get it across into the centre where Cian Geary is in a little bit of space. Again, continuing to try and play Hurling. They go into that corner, but again, Kenny Higgins reads it, slips as he's coming out, and Conor Shaw then he just like a quarterback in there, just picking out men all around, just hand passing and flicking and here and there, and clear the ball down the line. Cian Geary eventually realises there's no one else going for the ball, and he has to come and take it. Comes down the line with it here, where Kevin Dolan takes it to ground, but then goes to ground himself, outnumbered 2-1. Eventually gets a little bit of support. Southern Gaels tossing forward, but great strength there from Paddy Riley. Almost walked into the ground. Then when Sean Carroll looks on and sees nothing wrong there, and Sean Dowd wins it, drives it in, drops in, another opportunity. Oh, the finish to the back of that. It is indeed.
Yeah.
Another goal.
Yeah, Kevin Dolan, I think. Who's that one in?
No, we'll just see who the number is now in a second.
It's
It's Fiondow, the man defending. A little bit unorthodox. It looked like he even pushed it in with the nose of the hurl there as it broke in front of James Moore, but you know, there's a sub being introduced, another sub for Brownstown, sent him to the bench. Rory Carolan wearing the number 21 is coming in. pushing. Kieran is making his way off.
Yeah, look, another goal, and look, Southern Gaels suddenly have 3-8 on the scoreboard.
Yeah, we're on double scores. 16 to 3-8.
As we said earlier, it's hard to believe when these two teams met in the group stages, like it was a draw, and nothing between them. But clearly, Brownstown have been the far superior team today.
Yeah, and they're on the move again here now. They have a chance here. Tiernan Purcell has it. Should have pulled the trigger at the first time, but does well to hold off, shrug off a tackle. He does get the shot in. The 2 umpires are, I think, caught between two minds there, but the signal does come that one is over the bar. And we've broken away from the double score, 6-17 to 3-8. Puck out back down again for Jonathan Keogh. Jonathan getting more distance into these puck outs in the second half. He goes over the far side where Sean Dowd brings it to ground. Southern Gaels have the numbers over there, need to get it inside, but very, very close to the sideline. And again, too much taken out of it, and it breaks kindly there for Emmett Cunningham. Emmett got a goal in the first half as well, and he does well there, even though he'd lost possession. He forced the Southern Gaels man out over the sideline. It's going to be a line ball over on the far side for Brownstown. We're into the last half minute or so, and there will be 3 or 4 minutes of additional time. I'm sure there's another sub. Stephen O'Farrell is going to be introduced for Brownstown down below us to be on the pitch for the full-time whistle. But I would expect there will be 3 to 4 minutes of additional time. Linesman has given the signal for the substitute to remain, and Tiernan Purcell with that last point, that's his last action. Stephen, a chance to get on.
Yeah, Kieran is certainly looking for that double hat-trick. They haven't taken him off at any stage.
Yeah, the line ball is taken. It doesn't work out for Brownstown, as Southern Gaels have it again here on the drive.
This half will be at least 1 minute.
1 minute, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, all right.
Nearly there now, Ray.
I thought we had more subs even than fell out for that. But anyway, that's maybe Sean Carroll is. The Southern Gaels have gone through enough. But Keane Geary here now again casually strikes in. It's a good strike, but again not on target. Across the front of the post, another wide. We're almost halfway through that additional minute. I suppose with the score we have, Paul, without being condescending on Southern Gaels, Sean, just feels a minute is enough or so. It's not going to affect the impact on this result.
Absolutely not.
But Brownstown will keep going. Is there a chance for Gearan to get that 6th goal? Let's see. They're on the attack again. This ball is worked inside again. Gearan has come more out to the middle of the field. There's a chance here for Emmett Cunningham to fire this one in, but that one is not going to be kept in play. It goes harmlessly out over the end line.
That's it, Ray.
The referee has won the full-time whistle. Brownstown champions succeeded what they started out at the beginning of the year to do, Paul. Get back up where they fell from last year, from the Senior B competition. They're back there for next year, and as their manager said to us before the game, new players to come into it. Gearan and Gearan and Lane certainly make them a lot stronger, and there's no denying they're worthy champions.
Yeah, look, as we said, we thought these were the best 2 teams in the championship, and Brownstown certainly proved they're the best. There was no doubt in their ability today. They hit the ground running, and maybe a little bit of nerves for Southern Gaels, we said on the big day, didn't get their striking out, and they suddenly found themselves, as I said, they were 2-3 to 2 down after just 9 minutes, 10 minutes, so it was a woeful start. They never really recovered from that, and Brian Gearan was on fire. You can't go any further without mentioning 5 goals, absolutely incredible.
Yeah, star man of the day, but for now we're going to take a break here from the commentary box. We're going to transfer ourselves down to pitch side, where we'll have more analysis from Adrian and Jerry as well, and we're going to take an ad break for now, but we'll be back pitch side in a couple of minutes.
TEG, proud sponsors of TEG Cusack Park, serving aviation, biopharmaceuticals and medical industries across the globe. TEG has been to the fore in the fight against COVID-19 with our customers and partners. A local business employing local people. Visit teg.com/careers to learn more. Wishing all our GAA patrons a safe passage through the championship.
Slevins Coaches, proud sponsor of Westmeath GAA Hurling Championships. Clark's Bar, wishing all teams the very best today. MJ Stone Building and Developments, proud sponsor of Westmeath GAA.
Cusack Park pitch is 145 metres long. Imagine 3 of these bridge beams would make up the length of the pitch. Now transport 30 of them from Hurling to Kildare. A challenge overcome by a great team with the support of a great community. My name is Pat Barrett, Project Manager, Shamer to Precast.
TEG, proud sponsors of TEG Cusack Park, serving aviation, biopharmaceuticals and medical industries across the globe. TEG has been to the fore in the fight against COVID-19 with our customers and partners. A local business employing local people. Visit teg.com/careers to learn more. Wishing all our GA patrons a safe passage through the championship.
Slevins Coaches, proud sponsor of Westmeath GA Hurling Championships. Clark's Bar, wishing all teams the very best today. MJ Stone Building and Developments, proud sponsor of Westmeath GA.
Cusack Park pitch is 145 metres long. Imagine 3 of these bridge beams would make up the length of the pitch. Now transport 30 of them from Hurling to Kildare. A challenge overcome by a great team with the support of a great community.
It's an order son coming look at scale ERV, Falta Ara Riv Cork, Goharaha, Quig Gael on Deskert, August Bala on Brunig. Falta Quigna Forna, Idosok, August on Lock Talkiopta, Ata Inenok Low, Sadarad. Welcome, everybody, especially the Gaels from Southern Gaels and Brownstown, to TEG Cusack Park. First of all, I'd like to thank our referee, Sean Carroll, and his team of officials. They really contributed to a very good game. Thank you very much, Sean. Southern Gaels, you have made great strides this year. I hope this final doesn't define your year. You are a better team and you have played much better hurling than what we saw here today. Don't let it define your year. Come back bigger, stronger, fitter and better next year. You really have a good year. Today, you were steamrolled by a very good Brownstown team. There's no point saying otherwise. How many times have we seen an individual score 5 goals in a final? Quite unique, I would say. So, heartiest congratulations to one of the homelands of hurling in our county. Congratulations, Brownstown. I want to thank Slevins coaches for the sponsorship of all our hurling tournaments. So, I'm going to leave it with that. I have a fine young man here waiting to take the cup from me. So I will present the cup to Conor Shaw, who is representing the team of Brownstown.
First of all, I'm not ready, so thanks very much to Southern Gaels. Just give them 3 cheers. Hip hip, hip hip, hip hip. Fantastic team, probably the toughest team we probably played in the league in the championship this year, so fair play to you. I know you'll be back again next year. Moving on to ourselves, I'd like to thank, first of all the supporters. Even just the last few weeks around the club has been unbelievable building up to this, and thanks a million to the committee and everyone that's put all the stuff in the background ready for this today. We know you put a huge amount of time into it, so thanks a million to everyone that's on the committee. I won't name any names, but you know who you are. So we give them a cheer there. I don't even know who else I need to thank. Right, thanks a million to our players. We've trained hard all year. Look, we went start the training there. We were disappointed the way last year went. We were going down to intermediate. But we started back there in November, worked hard, and it's paid off there today. It was kind of waiting all year for that performance to click, and it clicked there in the first half, so fair play. Just one or two things coming into my head. I'd like to wish Conor Rice a speedy recovery there. He got a bad bang on the shoulder, and Gary Smith as well tore his ACL there just a couple of weeks ago. So a speedy recovery to the two lads there. Trained hard all year. Thanks a million to Cusack Park and everyone that puts everything together for this today. I know you put a huge amount of work into it. It's a lot of games on that pitch as well, and the pitch is in great order there today. So thanks a million to everyone in Cusack Park. Fair play. I'd also like to thank Sean, refereeing the game there, and all the officials. Can't play the games out the refs, so fair play, Sean. It was good ref there performance. Thanks. What else? I have no speech. Management. Yeah. Thanks a million to the management team. Gary came in this year. He's really pushed us on this year. Fair play to him. He has Martin there with him. Cormac and John Mangan, and not to forget as well, Jack Carpenter is always there somewhere as well, so Jack's always picking up cones or water bottles. And also Stephen Riley as well stepped in anytime he was needed this year too, so fair play Stephen as well, and thanks a million to the management team. Leave it there at that. Thanks a million. We'll see you all back in Brownstown.
Brownstown manager Conor Shaw just accepted the cup there from the county board chairman Frank Meskel. You know, there's no point in sugarcoating this, lads. That was a comprehensive one-sided victory for the men from Brownstown, even more so than I'd say what they would have thought.
Yeah, absolutely. I suppose from a management point of view, when you're standing on a line here today, there's not a lot you can do in that situation. Brownstown overall, just all over the field. The two Dowds, probably two of the standout players for Southern Gaels that probably, you know, but the only two on the pitch that might have broken even in that position. Every other position on the pitch, I think, was won by the Brownstown players.
Jerry Starman, of course, we can't leave the game without talking about Brian Gearan. 5 goals and a point. Someone very wittingly said in the press box before we came down here, if he got another goal, he could have made the 6-1 news.
Probably me, was it? All slagging apart. At the second half time, I almost had to. Then it became a +2 almost. Then +1, and the +1 became +2. So a lot of scribbling about him.
Right, the corner to Wales. So well done to Colorado, Mr. Boyan Brody, Brownstown. Well done. Commiserations with Southern Gaels.
We might be picking Social Bulfin's team.
Certainly looked a fine player. 5 goals and a point, all taken with aplomb, as the fellow said. And you know, he was the main difference between the sides. And you kind of wonder, and it's not been hard on Southern Gaels, who, you know, it's been a tough day for them. You kind of wonder how those two teams drew early in the championship. But I think Adrian has a theory on that.
Yeah, Adrian, we'll go over to you on that one.
Look at it. I think today it's quite evident that Brownstown had a lot of groundwork done early in the season. Their fitness throughout today from start to finish was very, very dominant. That's not saying nobody knows what goes on behind closed doors in clubs and that, but definitely today Brownstown, their fitness going forward at Senior B, you know, if they can add to that bit of more strength and conditioning with some of the younger lads that are coming in there, will definitely have no fears of competing at Senior B.
Yeah, and speaking to Gary Mangan beforehand, he said that exactly because of the minor rule going back to 18, they were robbed of a couple of new players to come onto that side. So, look, they're in a good position coming into Senior B. Paul, like that quality other than Brian Gearan as well. Emmett Cunningham did work hard at centre forward, what you want. Donald Lane not as much involved in the second half. Jamie Fitzsimons 7 points, you know, most of them coming from frees. So they had all the top men in that game.
Yeah, they had, and I thought in the first half that Paddy Riley was immense there, winning frees, winning the dirty ball, getting the tackles in and getting scores. And then I thought in the second half that Conor Shaw lorded it there at centre half back, you know, and he was involved, I think, on one of Gearan's goals. And you know, he reminded me of his dad Richie coming out of the back. You know, lads were hopping off him, and he still held on to the ball, and he got it forward. And you know, they're huge players for Brownstown, you know, and great leaders on the pitch.
Jerry, 3 goals and 8 points for Southern Gales. On other days, will win matches. So they were outclassed, but credit to them, they kept plugging away. It was a lonely place to be. Frustration got the better of Colleen Dowd near the end. They ended up getting the second yellow card. But credit to them, they plugged away. They're young as well, and they'll come back again, I'm sure.
Yeah, please God, yeah. I mean, a big day out for them. It's terrible when it goes badly wrong, but they did, as you say, wrap up a good score, and Eamon Martin got one of the goals of the game, it has to be said. Very, very good goal. And just to go back there, you're talking about Donald Lane maybe not being as prominent in the second half. He did get the crucial early points that settled Brownstown. And often in a game like that, it can end up one-sided, but you can tend to forget then the early stages of the game. He was the man on fire when they needed somebody to settle, when other lads were foostering around the place. So, but there's no disguising it was a comprehensive win.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, we're going to finish here on the analysis. We'll be back. We're going to take a break and go to some ads. We'll be back pitch side to preview the Senior B final coming up here between Father Daltons and Delvin. But I want to thank the lads for joining me here for now, but we'll see you back again in about 15 minutes or so.